Coming up live on LiveWire, we've got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking to two theater companies. One is producing a play called Arlington. It's a very interesting one-woman musical. That'll be followed by a talk from people from the Crocker Museum. And we're going to be talking about the Andy Warhol exhibit, which just opened. And then there's a group from City College, and they're doing a play about a Hawaiian Cowboy hero. So stay tuned for LiveWire right after this. It's called Arlington, and I guess we're going to find out why, because I have the director in here, Mr. Robert Irvin.
Yep.
And you, sir, directed this. It's an opera, right? It's kind of a chamber opera. What do you call that?
Yeah, well, we call it a little bit of everything. It is an opera, a mini mini musical drama, a musical one act.
Whoa.
It's everything.
It's everything.
It's everything, yeah.
But it's an interesting departure from...
It's very interesting in the fact that there aren't many of these written. Mm-hmm. There's some, like The Human Voice, but not many like this, because it's pretty daring to do, to take basically a seemingly simple character sketch and musicalize it for almost an hour, and have one person out there telling the story. So it takes a lot of chances that way. It also is the whole piece is underscored in very different styles of music and genres, and so the actress is called upon to jump from one emotion to another emotion, and then and the music helps her do that. But it's mainly recitative in nature, and there's probably 2 songs in the whole piece, but everything is underscored. So it's like basically one big song.
Wow. So tell me, where's it playing and what?
Well, it's at the California Stage, 25th and R Streets.
Plays Friday nights at 8, Saturday nights at 8, and Sunday at 2?
Sunday at 2 through May the 1st. And it basically documents a woman's journey from kind of a naive type of military wife, and what she discovers along the way about her family, her husband, and mainly herself, and what she comes to learn about war and history. History is very important in the piece too.
So is she the only person singing in this?
No, we do have piano accompaniment, and he plays her father, her husband, her
so he picks
grandfather.
all the other male characters.
Yeah, he jumps in there every once in a while and sings
the actors
with her.
Are
Annalisa Langford Clark and Jonathan Bloom.
Oh, 2 local stars.
That's right. Indeed. And they're doing a great job. It's not the easiest thing to do. It took a long time to just to learn the music, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean, a regular musical, your character probably has 12 minutes of singing, really.
Kind of a repetitive tune,
yeah.
and a singing recitative that
and a lot of lines.
But
there aren't a lot of lines in this. It's all, like I said, it's underscored. So she has to learn. You not only learn the music, you learn the arc of the character and make choices about that character, and then try and fit it all in together with the music.
So did you find it as a challenge as a director?
Well, I did. The real challenge is just letting them learn the music, because you get to a point where it's like, okay, I've heard this part, I've heard this part, let's get on our feet. And but that's true of any musical, you know, that you direct. Because anyway, for me, because I don't do musical direction, so it's like you give it to them for a month and they learn it, and then. But with this piece, it's, you know, there's one person on stage, so they don't get lost.
No, right.
You know who's out there, so it's,
There's
that
no,
way it's nice, yeah.
chorus of dancing butterflies.
No, or happy villagers, no, none of that.
I see.
No, nobody's skipping through, so.
Amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
it really is amazing. It's a challenge for everyone involved, and it's very unique.
So it plays at California Stage's Three Penny Theater.
Right, Three Penny Theater, 25th and R Street. You can find all the info online.
Just Google California Stage
Cal
Theater.
Stage, yeah, and it's all there.
Wow, and it's also on our screen too. Look at that.
Oh, well, there it is.
There it is. Wow.
That's it.
Oh, good. So, do you bring these young folks here to sing for us?
They are here to
I
sing
thought I
for
saw
you. They have
somebody
a little bit here that
Hi
they're
guys,
going to
how
do.
are you over there?
Hello.
Yeah. Throw the camera on them, Mr. Cameraman. Thanks. Well, no, that's me. I'm not singing, okay?
Oh, good.
Oh, there they are.
Nor am I.
Whoa. Hi, guys. You got back to me. So, what are you going to sing for us?
We're just singing a piece. It's actually one of the few parts that we both sing in, and
It is a selection that we like to call boring.
boring.
Boring. Oh, yeah.
Stay tuned for boring.
How can you be sing and be boring? So it's an interesting thing. It's about the characters, are they?
It's about their relationship. Just
Yeah,
Which is boring.
Wow.
well,
It's a very interesting piece.
Well, Robert,
the
shall
husband
we-
and wife.
Shall we
Yes,
have
let's
them
do that.
sing? It's about a
Okay.
husband and wife. Okay. Let's hear you.
We're not special, we're just normal. We're boring, in fact. We're boring like people in love.
He's not clever.
She's not funny.
I'm snoring. In fact, we're boring like people in love. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
La, we're not special, we're just normal.
We're no killer act. We're boring. We're boring. We're boring. We're boring. We're boring like people in love.
Oh, thank you. That's cute. So, and do you have other songs like that, where you sing together?
There's only one other small part. It's actually, this is one of the lighter bits of the show. There's a few light bits, but it gets pretty heavy as you go along.
I see. So it really is a kind of a drama.
Yeah, Sarah Jane presents herself as very sunny and a little silly. And as the show goes on, you start seeing little chinks fall out of it.
I see.
And you start seeing the inside, the broken inside, and how all of the effects of war have affected not only her family, but herself.
I see. Well, thank you both for coming. I really appreciate that. And thank
you for having
Robert.
us.
well, no, thank you.
Okay. And I wish you well. And
Thank
so you
you.
play for 4 more weekends at California
Through
State.
May the 1st, yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, we're going to have to take a short pause for the cause, and we'll be back right after some important messages that they're going to throw at your way. So stay tuned for LiveWire right after this.
besides watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
But that day at Arlington, walking behind my father, I felt I knew my place. I mean, my father always said, we have to know our hearts. If there's to be any sense or order, we have to play our parts.
Wow. Well, I can tell you that the Crocker Museum has changed its spots over the years, and it is now a really high-end, nationally recognized museum. And with me in the studio is Elena Macaluso, who is a representative of that
I am a representative.
prestigious museum.
Yes.
I love museums. Wherever I go, I find the museum first.
It's a great way to see the city, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. And also to see national art here in Sacramento. So you're doing a national tour of portraits done by Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol, yes, and it's running right now through June 19th.
This is good because, you know, Andy Warhol and some artists from California kind of represents a period of time in American art.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and his portraits are of pop culture people from the time.
Absolutely. These are the big people. These are the luminaries, the stars, the artists, the musicians, actors, models. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So it's fascinating. And his the other thing about Warhol is that he did photographs, but what he did was he then changed them somewhat with color and form. And he didn't print them as photographs. Many of them are printed as serigraphs.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're teaching me something here. Serigraphs. I haven't heard that word.
Silk screen.
Silk screen. Okay.
Yeah, silk
Yes,
screen.
yes.
Silk screen. But at any rate, it's a fascinating in how he almost created a kind of a genre of art.
It is. It is. I mean, I think a lot of people, if they look at an Andy Warhol portrait, they're gonna know there's something different about it, and it's going to have sort of his mark on it, if you will, just the uniqueness of it. Yeah.
So it's fascinating. And so how many photographs do you have of him?
We have 82 to 85 paintings of his. And then we have earlier drawings, we have memorabilia, just a good collection to kind of see where he evolved to where he was with the portraits.
Yes. I think one of his first jobs was actually as a book designer.
Yeah. So, it kind of shows his evolution to where he was. And he made some good money.
I think he did the first Betty Crocker book, or it was either one of the Betty Crocker books in 1949 or 50.
Yeah. And then
I always thought he was really kind of a young guy, but if you got up real close, you could see that in the 70s and 80s that he was looking young from a great distance.
Right, exactly.
Anyway,
he was young at heart.
Here he is. In fact, he came to say hello.
He did. He's come to visit us.
How you doing there? What? Oh, just talk about my art, not me. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. Are you going to sue me? No. Okay.
No, I don't think he was litigious.
Okay. Well, it's really cute. This is a doll you can get.
Yes, we have
of Andy Warhol. One thing I like about the Crocker is that the gift shop is not just schlock gift stuff, with coasters that have some impressionists work on it.
Right.
Oh, that they may be there.
Right,
But
right.
they always do something that's in line with the here's Andy Warhol Campbell's soup box.
Exactly, of a Campbell's soup box. Now we don't have the Campbell's soup, pictures that most people are so famous with, but
Yeah.
we of course can't
You
sell
can't
it.
pass that
It's
up,
a
that's right.
puzzle piece
Here,
without
sit down,
selling
Andy.
that. Yeah,
There
you can
go.
have a seat.
And all right, wow, and what's
Yeah.
this? A postcard? Oh, Andy Warhol postcard book. See, these are real postcards you can take out. That's great.
Yeah. I did that for a friend of mine, not of Andy Warhol, but I took, I see what you're doing. And, a great way to, throughout the year, maybe send somebody a postcard. 30 postcards, you can surprise somebody in the mail with that.
That's great. So how long is the Andy Warhol show running?
That'll be you can do some weights with that.
This is the ubiquitous, what do you call it, cocktail table?
Yes,
or
exactly. Coffee table book.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this exhibition is going to be on through June 19th. And we have a few programming related events going on with it. We have an art mix on April 14th.
Well, so these are events that you can go to.
That people can go to. Yes, they of course go to the exhibition, but we have events that are inspired by Andy Warhol, if you will.
You can go, and you can also go and be a member and go to special other events.
You
right?
can go to special other events, and sometimes the membership will kind of get you in, or get you in maybe at a discount. So
But
that's
this is
nice
great.
about it. Isn't that fun? Yeah. So the exhibition has the portraits, it has the
This
drawings.
is Andy Warhol complete commissioned record covers.
Yeah, I know, and that's the Velvet Underground. I didn't know that until you learn so much,
Yeah.
And that's what the bananas signify. You just learn all these things.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, folks, and by the way, if you haven't been to that museum recently, you got to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and just get this, so you can actually go and take one of his pictures and paint it. See, there's Marilyn.
Coloring books are really big right now.
Yeah,
They're making
yeah.
a resurgence for adults, so I had to bring in the coloring book.
Oh, there's Andy. Look at that. There he is.
Yeah, that's one of his many self-portraits that we have in the show. So that's probably
Having a bad hair day.
That's one of our famous, the three Jackies. Those were taken from media images right before and then right after President Kennedy's assassination.
Okay.
Queen
This is
Elizabeth,
the Queen of England.
Queen of England.
And America now, I guess.
Oh yeah.
She's revoked our status as a...
I know, it's like looking through a Christmas stocking.
and pop art.
Yeah.
That's
Pop-up
great.
socks.
That's pop art socks.
Yes.
Well, that's great. You can picture your kids in pop art socks, and here's a little book about Andy Warhol. If you, it's a little notebook.
Yeah. With Marilyn, one of his many
Wonderful.
Marilyn
So you
incarnations.
could shop for upcoming birthdays and all kinds of
You
things.
could get your holiday
people-
shopping done now, especially if you're an Andy Warhol fan. Yeah.
I am an Andy Warhol fan, no
yeah.
doubt about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of events going on in addition to the exhibition, and like you said, you can spend some time in the gift shop just perusing that.
Yeah. He was an amazing human being, a real New Yorker.
Oh yeah, wasn't he?
New York.
Yeah. Well, in part of the exhibition, we do have an interactive factory because Andy Warhol had his famous factory where all the socialites and
yes,
whatnot
absolutely.
hung out. So people can go experience that. Maybe a little more tamer version of it, but nonetheless.
Wow, I hope. There we go.
Don't worry about that.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So, and how long is it running? Did I ask you that question?
You did, but that's okay. June 19th.
Oh, June 19th.
June 19th,
okay.
Crocker Art Museum.
This is great that
Yes.
you're able to bring to the Crocker Art Museum not only local painters at the
Right.
Kingsley exhibit and other things like that, but also bring forth from the National Archives good things.
Right. Andy Warhol, Ai Weiwei's there right now also. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Ai Weiwei
And
is
he's
there.
influenced by Andy Warhol, so very interesting.
So it's
Good
a
little
nice
tie-in.
connection.
It is a very nice connection.
Good. So folks can just Google
Crocker Art Museum,
and
or
find
they can
out
go
what the
crockerartmuseum.org.
opening and closing times.
Yes, at 10 to 5, Tuesday through Sunday, open till 9 on Thursdays. 216 O Street.
Thank you so much for coming to talk to me
Thank
about this.
you.
It's a really fine and wonderful thing you guys are doing.
Great. Well, I'm glad you like it. Yeah.
Makes me proud of my city.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Glad we can contribute to that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I got to go. We
All
have
right.
to take a pause for the cause, and
Okay.
and there's just wonderful format here.
Yes.
The other people will come on and talk.
I love that.
All right.
Sounds good. All right.
Thanks, Elena.
Thank you.
All right. Pause for the cause right now. We'll be back right after this important message.
But that day at Arlington, walking behind my father, I felt I knew my place. I mean, my father always said we have to know our hearts. If there's to be any sense or order, we have to play our parts.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Hey, going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather! Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark! We're just playing! We're just playing! I'm trying to get you out of here!
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Yeah, we're back. We're back with LiveWire, and with us in the studio are a writer and an actor, right?
Yes, is correct.
Kanekoa is your last
Kanekoa.
name. We got it. I got it right. And I give it to me the first name.
Moronai.
Moronai.
Yes.
Your parents had great creative powers.
Yes, they did.
They did. They did. Ray. I mean, come up 3 letters. And Gary Kubota, you are a writer and a man about town, and you were walking down the street one day. You thought, gosh, I think I'll write a story called The Legend of Ka'olau.
It happened somewhat like that, I
It
guess.
did?
Except a friend of mine came up to me and said, I think you should write a film about the legend of Ka'olau. And I said, okay. I read something about it from Jack London's tale. An associate of mine, a friend of mine, W.S. Merwin, a poet laureate, who lives on Maui as well, was familiar with the tale, and I told him about it, and then he wrote a book called Folding Cliffs. And and so there's stories swirling there, and I tried to write the film, but I tended toward trying to channel Ka'olau, and all of a sudden I ended up with a one-man play.
That's okay, because you now have an actor who's going around and doing this play, and you brought it to Sacramento, thank goodness.
Yes, it's been touring. It toured the Hawaiian Islands, Hawaii Theater. It's been to Los Angeles at David Henry Wang Theater.
Oh, yes, sir.
In Berkeley at La Peña Theater, and now we're going to share it with Sacramento.
Oh, that's so good, good. And how many performances are you doing?
We're doing one performance on Sunday.
Listen up,
3
everyone.
p.m.
Get a pencil.
Yeah.
You got to do
right
that, because it's this coming Sunday, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. And it's going to be in there's a Black Box Theater?
Oh, no, it's Sacramento City College's Theater of Performing Arts.
Okay, yes, but they have 2 theaters there. They have this huge auditorium, and then they have this 300-seat.
It's the one that's 600 seats.
600 seats. Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. City College Theater. Okay.
Right.
All right. Wow. So tell me, how did you get involved
Get
with
involved. Well, I actually went to school at USC in Los Angeles. I got a master's in acting there. One of my teachers actually got an email from him and sent it to me because they were looking for Hawaiian actors. So I was like, oh, all right. So I just contacted him, emailed him, asked if I could audition, and he auditioned me through Skype.
Through Skype?
Yeah,
that's what I should do. What a great idea. You mean you don't have them come down and shake hands?
Fly him in from Los Angeles.
See you guys
I know.
Yeah.
So, we thought about that, but then we thought, let's hear him out on Skype first before we decide to do
art,
that.
Bidding online, you come back and you go, hey, this isn't a Rembrandt.
Wait a second. I know, it's true.
It's printed on butcher paper. So that must be a fascinating experience. And then who directed? You direct it?
Monty Scott Perez directed. He's worked with the late Jack Klugman. He was went on the road with Jack when Jack did a play before he died, unfortunately. Yeah. And he's done a marvelous job. He brought it to stage from audition to stage in 6 weeks.
That's a professional.
Yeah.
What I really like here, and we don't have too much more time, but I loved these reviews. Can I read them out?
Sure, go
ahead.
Please. Fantastic, awesome. Anthony Sepulveda, Vice President of Warner Brothers. Wow, that's pretty good. How did you grab him at Warner Brothers Studio? All right, read this quick.
Well, to tell you, I was going through the Eventbrite tickets.
Oh, Eventbrite, yeah.
Yeah, and I was looking at the names of different people who attended, and he was one of them. Yeah, and so I found his email and I just thanked him for coming, and he sent me this thing about exactly how much he enjoyed the play, and he hoped it turned into a film.
Well, obviously it has, and you're touring throughout the whole area, and you're produced by some local Hawaiian group, correct?
Yeah, it's the group called Onipa'a, and so it's led by Martina Haleamau. And this group is comprised of several Hawaiian hula halaus, and they've just done a marvelous job organizing the whole event.
So good. So folks, look, we got to go now because we're done with time. You know how that works in television and radio. But it is a wonderful piece, and it's only one performance at City College, The Legend of Kowalou. And I wish you both well. Break a leg.
Thank you very much.
And I love the lei. That's really beautiful.
Good.
Absolutely gorgeous.
It was actually his, but he gave it to me because mine broke.
Okay. Show business.
No.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week on LiveWire. Thank you so much for coming, and get out and see the theater. Go see Arlington or go and see this. Well, actually, you could see both this weekend.